red going out. Yeah, that's in the red a little bit. That's good.
I never understand it's in the red.
Well, it's just got to touch
Just
a little
touch.
bit. As long as it doesn't actually clip.
Just a touch.
And now we're actually streaming.
I know. I'm going to check that.
How do you like
to make
that?
sure that's correct. This live event.
I can see it right there. See?
Let's see.
I can actually see it this time.
What's in the red?
Well, it's just got to touch
Just
a little
a touch.
bit. Yeah, there you go.
It looks.
That looks like that appears to be going on YouTube, right?
I think so. Let me see.
And this is going.
Yes, we are live.
Needs some kind of a artificial intelligence to grab that. We're streaming. Yeah.
Fantastic. I will try to not look at my phone.
We're so on time. Yeah, I know.
It's the best.
I've been feeling fine all day. Suddenly, I look like I got.
Yeah, you got like pink eye.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
What did you eat before the
Smash burgers.
There's nothing weird. There's nothing weird
Maybe
in
I caught
those.
A fleck of
Was there like
oil in
Was there
my
any
eye
kind of
or
like
something.
spicy thing on it? Any kind of peppers or anything?
blowfish chopped up.
Oh, you got a blowfish burger.
Yeah.
One of those.
You think anything might have gotten
I
in?
got one of the what do you call it? Scorpion venom fries.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just cover them in the drippings of a scorpion.
The turmeric, whatever that stuff is, and tannins. It's a
Tannins.
tannin seasoning blend that I put in my face
Yeah,
before I eat it.
to tenderize in
I
preparation.
look like shit.
Me too. It's hilarious.
I don't have COVID though. I tested myself this week because I was sick when I got back from Ralphamania.
I can't believe you didn't.
I
get
got
COVID
Ralpha
from
Madness.
That. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I got Ralpha Madness.
You ever had that?
Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever had Ralpha Madness to the.
I got Ralpha Madness.
There's people who are still like, how come you didn't go to Ralphamania? I'm like, I'm not gonna fly across the country for a 2-hour wrestling show.
Why? It's great. It's a whole weekend.
Well, what did you guys
And
do
then
the
that
second
fat
day?
chick was all upset. That wrestling girl. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You saw that.
We talked about that on the Dick Show a little bit. What was I gonna say? So what you guys? So was it the first night was wrestling, and then what? You hung out with Ralph?
Gay sex. What do you?
Gay
what
sex
else?
with your buds.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Little circle jerk. Circle jerk on. She played Soggy Biscuit.
Yeah.
Shaggy lost.
I think you guys have fun. I don't know. I would be like, what the hell's going on? This is nonsense.
This guy pissed all over his stuff.
Wait, somebody pissed all over Ralph's stuff?
No, his own stuff.
Why?
He's drunk. I don't know. I woke up, a pissing was going on. Oh, come on.
What a wild, wacky time. Well, I'm sorry I missed it. Though I've heard that WATP and the Dick Show may have locked down the dates for Philadelphia. Is that
Are you
true?
ready? You're coming to that, right?
I definitely want to go.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that the show will be picking up my, ticket and appearance fees.
I don't know about appearance fees.
We'll figure something out.
WATP TDS Live, Philly, 422.
That's great. Oh, 422. Couldn't get it 2
422.
days earlier.
You want to go to a party on a Thursday? Big Thursday
Yeah,
night show.
biggest Thursday of the. Well,
It's the
whatever.
biggest. It's must see TV. Must see. Must see
The
Carl.
Thursday night throwdown.
Must see Carl.
When's the formal dinner? Is that
Well,
on
Vito,
Thursday?
actually.
You have the
Where did he
wrong-
go?
You have the wrong
no!
cutout queued up.
Oh, shit. Andrew Tate's going to be there.
Andrew
as
Tate's
well.
going to be there. Everyone's going to. No, I think this is going to be the don't miss comedy event of the year.
I think so, too,
I think
actually.
a lot of people are going to be there. Hopefully you got a big venue.
Huge.
It better be
It's
because
the Philly Flyers Stadium.
no, it's not.
The
Shut
Eagles
up.
Stadium. 50,000.
Okay, we'll see
We
you at
fill
the
it, we get free beer.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
So we're gonna rent
at
a
the
blimp.
Eagles Stadium.
The Flyers.
That should be easy to fill. That'll be easy.
I'm going to break Charles Barkley's jersey down off the wall. Did he play? No, he played for the 76ers, didn't he?
What, did he play football?
Charles Barkley?
Yeah.
He played basketball.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, see there now it's clearing up. My nose is clearing up a little bit.
Just needed a little laughter in your system.
Just needed some lies. Sometimes if I don't lie enough in a day, it backs up.
Backs up.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
Ralph's currently
Ralph's having a
Ralph's
real
currently
fun stream.
the greatest stream.
Lighting with
The greatest
Stardust.
stream of 2023.
Well, don't send people over there. We got a live show over here. Ralph's not doing anything.
You know what? I try as hard as I can. I can't make people love Ralph like I do. It doesn't matter what I say.
You're his biggest fan.
Oh
yeah, brother. Biggest
problem. Untoppable from the last week. Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe. The only show that ranks every problem in the universe, from gas-burning stoves to you mad bros.
Ooh.
I have a feeling we'll see the bros rhyme again. I'm your host, Dick Masterson, and joining me as always is Vito Links.
Hi, Dick. Excited
What's
to
up,
be
buddy?
here.
Are ya? It feels like it's been a while since we had a normal show.
Feels like I don't. And for some reason, the Adam Sessler show, which was like a Thursday show, feels like an eternity ago.
That show took an eternity to put out.
Well, it's true. I've been re-editing the same show, like.
Remastered now in Laserdisc. The audio has been remastered again and fixed again.
We learned a lot of lessons from the Adam Sessler episode. One is, if a guest is going to call in, like 3 days ahead of time, we're going to check to see how shitty their microphone is.
Yeah.
And if it's complete dog shit, we will just buy them like a better microphone. Like I would have much rather paid that guy, like paid like $100, send that guy a Blue Yeti, like from Amazon.
We can send like a little Indian guy in a suitcase to his house.
Might as
say,
well.
Why don't you turn the game down on this thing?
And we will also make sure to go live with the episode when we say instead of just saying we're live, we will actually check to make sure that we are live, so that our audience is not sitting there wondering what the hell's going on.
You see, I found the problem why we thought that we were live.
Why is that?
Because right at the beginning of the episode, I said, we're live.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said that.
Well, you know.
You said that.
But I also figured out.
You.
I figured out the problem, though, too. So I feel like that's a wash. You didn't. You didn't figure it out.
Yeah, I didn't cause the problem, but I didn't fix it. So therefore.
So that's worse.
And that's like the old argument of like, well, yeah, I mean, we enslaved all the black people, but we were the ones who stopped, who set them free. So it's kind of a wash.
You guys wouldn't have done that.
I don't think it works that way. I don't think that's good logic.
Okay, Adam had a fun time.
I think Adam was a great guest. We've had a lot of great. I mean, obviously his haters are out there going, "Oh, Adam Sessler's the worst," but a lot of people are like, "Hey, he's kind of funny," and
He's funny.
The good thing about Adam is he's one of these rare guys who's clearly very left-leaning and he hates Trump and whatever else.
Yeah.
But like me, he isn't like, oh, I can't possibly talk to Dick or shoot the shit, or he can get over his political leanings and engage with some of these ideas and criticism, and he's funny about it, I thought.
Because people our age, Adam and my age, know that it doesn't matter what you think or want.
Right.
You're going to get fucked, and nothing that you want to happen or want will ever happen to you. So
okay, well, it's a depressing world, but maybe that's why.
That's why it's like, why would you not talk to that guy?
Yeah.
Like, I want to kill them all too, but it's never going to happen.
He felt like an old friend. I hope we can get him back in some respect, because he was great.
Me too. Okay, let's do the big winner. Gas Stove Band.
The Gas Stove Band beat Adam Sessler as the
surprising.
problem. Very surprising.
Right?
Wasn't everyone?
Guys, go revote. That was a dumb problem that I brought in. It was topical. You don't even remember it. Your gas stove's already gone.
I think Adam Sessler is clearly the biggest problem in the universe, and he deserved that. Not to mention a guy who knows he's hated, bringing himself in as a problem is the ultimate meta problem.
Maybe they didn't like that.
Maybe they thought he was trying
Morty.
he was trying to outgame the game.
Do you think Rick and Morty's better now that
Justin Roiland is a women abuser?
Yeah.
How are you watching that show and you didn't already know that guy abuses women? Like, I knew that.
But like so aggressively. And like texting like 16-year-olds, calling him jailbait. Like, wow.
Dude, there was a period of time where Justin Roiland was just like a psychopath on Twitter, fighting with, all these teenagers and telling them, you're a bunch of SJW F slurs or whatever. Yeah. He was like a hardcore internet troll, almost in the vein of a Vito Gesualdi, I would say. And at some point, he made the very wise decision to abandon, trying to hash it out with these people. But I always knew he was like just.
And that's when he wrote Community or whatever he wrote.
Well, that was Dan Harmon. But,
the other one. Who's
Justin Roiland's the wiry,
voice?
skinny guy who made Rick and Morty. He's the voice of Morty.
You know what my problem
Dan
is?
Harmon's
not enough Morty and Rick impressions.
There's not enough of that going on.
Wow. When that news
Every
broke,
joke,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, man, I can't wait to hear 20 million.
I'm spouse abusing Rick. I'm abusing my spouse. Wow. I'm domestic abuse Rick.
Wow.
Everybody got one in there. I think what drives me nuts about that is the second it breaks, I'm like, yeah, well, all those jokes are going to happen because nobody stops for a second and goes, there's a court of law. We don't know what happened. Things are complicated. It's immediately that like everybody shifts on turns on a dime, and they're like, oh yeah, I always hated that guy. I hate that guy forever. Not to mention that they're using their hatred of Rick and Morty, which is like, okay, you hate the TV show the guy made, to be like, I always knew that guy was a piece of shit because his TV show isn't good. And like, no, that's not a reasonable comparison to make.
You're so black-pilled, Vito. You got to give people something to hope for.
No.
Like, I hope that he beat the hell out of his
I
wife.
don't care if he did.
You got to give the kids something to hope for. Like, that guy that made Rick and Morty? He beat the shit out of his wife. Like, good for him.
Did he lock her in a box and cut off her arms and legs, or did they get in an argument and he popped her in the mouth because she couldn't stop talking one time?
That's right off the top of your head.
There's a complete different. The Boxing Helena, that classic movie. Anyway, people. I've been in an abusive relationship. I've had a lady throw shit
really
at me.
Hammered her, or what?
Might have.
Oh, you were the victim in that one.
Well,
because you whined until she kicked your ass. Is that?
I'm just saying, relationships are complicated. Just because it gets physical once or twice.
Yeah, everyone's doing it.
I don't think it's that
everybody's
big a deal.
drinking and kicking each other's ass, and then they're like, "Oh, I can't believe."
Didn't the UFC guy just slap his wife at a party?
Slapped her back because she attacked him first.
Oh, okay. So that
she
makes it okay.
attacked him with 100%. Well, it makes it. He could have dropped a nuclear bomb on her, and it's still not as big as 0 to 1.
But it feels like a weird double standard where if you're like a big, bald UFC guy, it's like, yeah, well, whatever. Of course he's going to hit his wife. But if you're like a skinny, little, wiry animator, it's like, wait, you effeminately, slapped you. Leave me alone. Like that.
Now because he's got animator hands.
Yeah, well.
So he could really he could get her weak spots, and he knows anatomy and facial structure. He could like hit 5-finger death toucher.
It's the double standard of the whole like left of like, oh, well, he's supposed to be one of the good ones. But, everybody
the right
else
is crazy about
domestic abuse,
defending women, too. Basically, both sides really are nuts about defending women.
I'm just saying, if it's like a pattern of abuse and he was beating the shit out of a ton of women, fine. But the fact that one lady says he hit her once, I'm like, sometimes things happen. What are you going to do?
I don't know, but the next season of Rick and Morty looks great.
It might be.
Okay.
I'm excited.
The UMAD game was last. That
should have been first. Great problem for me.
That was bullshit. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I got Waylon. I resubbed. I'm now a proud Vito-phile.
Yes.
Because of how
Vito-phile
devilishly based Super Killer is. Oh,
okay,
how about
that's
that?
maybe not the reason to sign up.
Lambertar says the guest was almost as good as Destiny. What a fun episode. ATX Adventure says Dick is really dropping the ball the last several episodes. Vito might have himself a Banana Docs situation soon.
I think they're upset about the RSS feed has like problems sometimes.
Nah, that's
I don't know.
That's a whole other story.
It's a whole other thing.
I'm 6 minutes in. This is the game, 346, and I can see with everything that's happened in recent memory, Sessler has not learned one single thing from his experiences. Still the pretentious douchebag he's always been and will continue to be. I don't know if that's true.
I think he learned that he hates you guys. Like that's an important lesson to learn.
Yeah. Inland Empire, gamers don't matter. Well, let's break that down. Okay.
Oh, God, really? Oh, God.
Most gamers tend to be young men. Most of these young men are likely black-pilled on life and use video games as one of their many escapes from their shit reality of being a young man in the modern era. These are the very same groups of men that society has alienated, berated, insulted for decades and are now starting to affect every aspect of society. merely due to the sheer amount of them that exist. So keep it, boys, lol. This certainly won't spiral and get worse if you continue to berate and shame them for completely justified. I don't think it will ever get worse.
I don't think we're berating and shaming young men. We love
guys don't even work out. What
young men. Some, as young as I can get them, I love them. Yeah. But I think there's a point to be made, and the point we were talking about is like, why do you define yourself by playing video games? Like, why do you call yourself a gamer? Is that the most?
Yeah.
Is that really all there is? Is that the only thing connecting us?
You ever meet like a rock climber and they just keep talking about
climbing routes and sending it,
how inspiring it is?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I didn't even think I could do it, and now you're just like, well, you just like shut up.
A guy posted on Facebook the other day. He's like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to tackle this route. And it's just a wall with like a bunch of shit hanging off it.
Jump off of it and then die,
and break your neck,
and go head first right into the fucking jagged ground.
I don't know,
shithead.
Let's form social clubs again.
A rock climber once told me that age is just a number. I'm like,
what?
Not from this side of what fucking 35, you shithead. Don't ever fucking talk like that.
Rock climbers.
Let's see. JRock7725 says, y'all just sit and giggle at the nonsense, he says. Y'all. Worst interview ever. He's a disgrace to humanity. Adam,
you missed
Sessler.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you in my little like Twitter group, the like YouTubers all talking to each other group? I think
no, because I have my old account.
Oh, let me invite you into it because Lofty Pixels was very upset with our not going hard enough on Adam Sessler.
Oh, he should interview him.
And he was in that group and he's like, you didn't hammer him on like Gamergate, blah blah blah. I'm like, that wouldn't have been fucking interesting or funny. Like it's a comedy show.
Yeah.
It's like you should have taken him to task for like what he said about men and blah blah blah. And I was like, no.
Why don't you read it in a book, Lofty Pixels, with your fucking 2 degrees that are both focused on consuming? Oh, I have a degree in consuming this media. I have a degree in consuming this media. Look at me, I'm the ultimate consumer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how to do interviews.
I think a lot of people don't realize like we're not a video game podcast. So like if we spent all this time getting into the minutia of like gaming politics and shit.
I don't give a shit about all that.
No.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He actually made me like him more. And I saw somebody say like, wow, shit, I like him again.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I don't know what to say.
I think on Reddit, Reddit, there was like a really positive response. They're like, shit, Adam's kind of based. And I was like, yeah, can't disagree.
You don't
with
like
that.
video games? Stop buying them. But I know you can't because you got nothing to fucking do. How about that? Stop buying fucking video games if you got such a big fucking problem with them.
I like Adam Sessler. I don't know.
Let's see. I have one last comment that I'll.
Vito's Twitter. Vito's Twitter.
Yeah, what?
Vito
What did I do?
Vito on Twitter.
What?
Let me see here. This was sent in by Vibe
Vito's
Collector.
Twitter.
Fuck you. What did I do?
Vito's
Vito's
Twitter. Vito being Vito on Twitter.
You said
Vito on.
You said didn't work out for Megaphone Guy, I guess. And this is a drag performer at a story hour.
It was Drag
reading.
Queen Story Hour, and they tried to
Yeah.
interrupt it with a bunch of microphones and bullshit.
And a megaphone, and then they kicked the Megaphone Guy's ass.
No, they didn't
here.
kick his ass. They just stood in
Yeah.
front of him. Look.
But this is what happened to you at Netflix.
Yeah, and I made it funny.
Oh, okay.
This guy wasn't being funny. This guy's just being
How did
an
you make it
obnoxious
funny?
Because I was being loud and stupid, and I went, "Why are you hurting my sign?"
Yeah, but he's just trying to ruin their thing.
Yeah, he should have
with
been. If he was
protesting.
funnier about it, there wouldn't have been a problem.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I guess
Didn't
that
work
maybe
out
that
for
doesn't
him.
count. Not that
Also,
they were...
he's protesting a stupid thing. Like, just let him have their fucking Drag Queen Story Hour. We were protesting in favor of free speech.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Drag Queen Story Hour is free
Yeah.
speech.
I was just there to hurt those people's feelings.
Shut
honestly, I didn't care about free speech. It was like, yeah, let's go look at these cues. And
I genuinely,
Gaylords and stuff. Fuck
I
them.
genuinely am worried about comedians being censored by the gatekeepers at Big Tech.
I was there for homophobia
No,
reasons.
shut the fuck up. You're going to ruin it. That's not why we were there.
Hey, did you
I
know me
wanted
and
to
Chrissy
sign
May
this-
are friends now, by the way?
Oh, great.
So you better watch it. You've been talking a lot of shit about her on this show,
Yeah,
okay?
right. Yeah, I'm the only
You
one
better
who's
fucking watch
ever
it.
said anything about Chrissy Marr on this show. You have
I'm
never
coming
once.
from the top rope.
You're the one who got me hating Chrissy Marr, which I won't even go into. I knew nothing
We're
about that
friends
lady.
now.
Congratulations.
This is the Rippa-verse goalposts. I don't know what that is.
This is a gimmick account, which was one of your problems.
It's a problem, so that's a voted up.
There's
too.
a voted up as well. It's an account that challenges people who hate ISOM and Eric July.
I read this. I couldn't figure out what the point of the account was because I was like goalposts. So like you're saying that Rippa moves the goalposts?
No, they're saying that his detractors moved the goalposts because some people were saying stupid shit like, "Oh, he's not even going to make a comic, or he's going to like
You're
rip
obviously going to
everybody
make
off."
a comic.
And I was like, obviously he's going to make a comic.
It's dog shit.
Yeah, I've had people come to me and they're like, "Well, how does it feel to be wrong about it?" I'm like, I always said it was just going to be dog shit. Like that's all I said, and it is as far as I.
Is somebody going to send in a review copy?
Somebody said they might get us a review copy because there's no way I'm paying $50 for a comic book.
Yeah.
It's like $50 after shipping. Which is nuts.
What if you buy his wife's jewelry? Is it less?
You know what I found out? So part of the reason the shipping is like extra is you're like, well, why not just ship it media mail? You know, media mail, you can ship books for like,
Yeah.
But you can't ship like magazines and whatever by media mail because they have advertisements in them. So because he put an advertisement in his comic, he legally could not ship it media mail, and it increased the price of shipping from $3 to like $10.
$10.
I don't know if he knew that ahead of time.
No.
Dude, like, but now I'm like, shit, I didn't know that either. So, like, because people have been saying you should put, like, ads in your comic. I'm like, oh, but then I can't ship it media mail.
I mean, what? What are you gonna?
I don't know.
Look through it.
Well,
Stop these.
If you
they
mail-
got cocaine going through
but
the
if
mail.
you mail a lot of packages all at once, they'll rip one open. If you're shipping like 500 things media mail,
when they're gonna go,
they'll go, let me open one, and they'll flip through. Oh, the U.S.
Shut them down. Burn them.
You don't think the U.S. Postal Service will try and gouge you for whatever they can? Come on, they're dying.
They'll try to gouge you.
They're running out of money. They got to get it wherever they can.
So the Rippaverse caught.
They found
this
they
one.
found
They
the fan
you
art.
out.
And the weird thing is they can't obviously they can't put it into context because like people are like, wait, what is this? Who's this character?
Yeah.
The funniest thing though is the number of them who like can't figure out what this is an obvious reference to.
Oh yeah,
Because they're like, why has he got drugs? Why is he kneeling on him? I'm like, are you guys that fucking stupid?
Yes.
And finally,
Yes.
one of them goes, wait, does this remind anybody else of what happened to George Floyd? I'm like,
wait, why?
obviously, you fucking idiot. That's like why the guy made it, you idiot. So yeah, this has been going. The Rippaverse community
30,000 views
is aware of.
This is who we're up against.
Yeah.
This is who they are.
This is who
and
they
are. Is the people
They don't even know who they is a bunch of trolls who are fucking with me.
They is me, my side, the racist side.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
like, our side thinks that George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose.
Shut up. No, he didn't. God damn it.
No, our side thinks
I
that.
know your side thinks that,
Yeah.
sure.
So it doesn't make sense
No,
to say
it's
this is
very
who
complicated.
They,
They think-
this is you.
They think
this is your side.
They think this is the left being racist.
This is not the-
And I'm like, you
What?
guys have no idea what's going on. Just stop. They're like, oh,
this is who they are.
These
What?
leftists are showing us their true colors. And I'm like, a leftist did not. This is not the point of this
Yeah.
thing.
All right. Well, there you go.
That's been fun.
Vito's Twitter.
Eric July has yet to comment on Super Killer. So it's weird. Eric July will like quote tweet anyone who talks shit about him except me.
Yeah.
I think
I can see.
I think he's a little bit. He doesn't want to get into a beef with me.
No, because you'll make him look like an idiot.
Yeah, because I'll
Your
actually be
criticisms are
funny.
correct.
My criticisms are like on point. Well, Dick, I have an
right.
exciting segment.
Okay. Let's play it.
We're voting it up on the website. Voting it up. The list of problems is sky high. We're voting it up on the website.
Good. That's good.
If you don't vote, then you're gonna die. Vote or die, folks, with Vote It Up. Dick, do you remember a problem called edgy reboots from all the way back in episode 3?
Yeah.
Well, on that problem, Have you heard of Velma, the edgy reboot of the Scooby-Doo universe?
Yeah.
Which is now the 3rd worst rated TV show in IMDb history.
What's the worst two?
It's like some weird documentary about a boxer everybody hates and some other foreign show.
Huh.
But it has taken its place as the lowest rated piece of entertainment, scoring lower than Dragon Ball Evolution, which held the crown for 10 years.
Okay.
It is a very bad show. Did you try to watch it?
I watched episode 1.
It's not good at all.
It's racist.
It's a little, and it's very racist towards white people, strangely.
No, it's racist
Towards all the races?
It's racist, like period. Not like reverse racist. It's racist. Well, because eventually, if you're like criticizing if you're like showing white people being racist, that's still racism. Mm-hmm. But this is just Velma, the character, describing white people being racist, which is like even worse.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just
like
boring.
white people being racist is like, okay, yeah, that's a bad guy. Like, I get it. I
Right.
don't like it, but I get it.
But it was just talking about racism existing somewhere else in the universe.
It's like her projecting racism into white people. Like, well, that's
yeah,
racism.
actually, you gotta actually
you
show
can-
it. You can't just talk about it.
Because then you can challenge it and react to it. You're just like saying things.
For those of you who don't know, again, it's a reboot of Scooby-Doo. Without Scooby-Doo is not in it.
Yeah.
Velma is played by Mindy Kaling and is now an Indian woman.
Did she bleach her skin?
In real life,
Yeah.
her skin color tone does change. She does look lighter now.
Yeah. I hate her.
I don't know. All I know about her is you weren't an Office fan, though, right?
I despise The Office.
Well, she wrote for that show and was on that show. But there's a famous scene where Kevin brings in his big pot of chili.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I've seen that.
Okay, he spills the chili everywhere and he flounders around all in it. Apparently in the office writing room, she threatened to quit the show if they kept that scene in the script. She was like, this is stupid. It's not funny. What, a fat man rolls around in chili? And it has gone on to be like one of the most famous and like loved scenes.
What an
from that
idiot.
show.
She's just exists solely
not
because
great.
of her race and gender. It's so sad.
Yeah, it definitely.
It's so racist.
We talk about this Hollywood diversity leg up. Some people maybe have the talent, and some people, it's just like, well, we got an Indian woman who writes jokes.
Amazing.
And you're like, oh, is she good at it? No, but she's Indian.
Her perspective is unbelievable.
Her perspective, the most important thing. Well, that's Edgy Reboots, which is currently number 30 with 693 votes. So don't forget to vote it up. Dick, this is a problem from you. Intellectual property laws from episode 40. Well, the creators of Dungeons and Dragons are in hot water after details of a new licensing agreement has leaked. This would replace the old open gaming license, giving owners Wizards of the Coast the right to automatically use any content sold by fans. So they get the right to any fan-sold content, and requiring those fans to report any income made from D&D related products.
What, like if I have a make my own adventure?
Yeah.
Like a wheelchair dragon?
If you make a wheelchair dragon module and you sell it on your website,
Everybody's in a wheelchair.
for $9.99.
It's murder ball, but
they
dragons.
would have the rights to your wheelchair inventions, and you
much?
have to report. What do you
They're
mean?
like the IRS for Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, basically, you have to report any income you make. Now, they say they won't, take any money unless you make over $750K, but obviously they could change that in the future. And if you're making over $750K, the whole point of D&D is that they're like, we understand that this game can't exist without other people creating content for it. So they've always
It's
had.
just all in your head. Like, you're like, oh, you're in a fucking basement and your wiener is like.
Well, that's the most interesting aspect. I've watched some legal videos about it, and they're kind of like, in a way, Wizards of the Coast is completely fucked because there's like literally nothing stopping you from being like, here's all this stuff to use with Dungeons and Dragons, but just don't say Dungeons and Dragons. Just be like, it's a guy in a wheel. Like, you can't copyright game rules.
Look, everyone's still in a wheelchair, okay? Don't worry about that. Now, what if I just have Dungeons and Dragons, but it's just black people instead of orcs? Can I do that?
Well, if that's what you think you need to do.
That's called the school to prison pipeline. I'll just call it that. You're entering Compton.
Don't sell
There's
this.
black people everywhere. Roll
not-
your Thaco dice to see if you're half police officer, half social worker gets their armor class attacked.
I don't know
You
how
think
well
that would be a fun game?
No, I don't think that would be a fun game.
It'd
I
be
think-
called Wheelchairs and Fentanyl.
Okay.
That's my
Well,
game.
I don't know who wants to play that, but regardless,
Wheelchairs and Fentanyl.
if you sell it, you need to report your income to the Wizards of the Coast Corporation, or they may come
What's your
at you.
alignment? Neutral gay.
Okay.
That's my alignment.
Intellectual property law is currently number 214 with 146 votes. Don't
Yeah.
forget to vote it up. We're voting it up on the website. Voting it up. The
good one.
list of problems is
Chaotic gay.
We're
Right?
voting it up.
Or is that trademarked? The chaotic.
I think you should try it. I think you should.
retarded gay. Instead of chaotic, it's retarded. I'm retarded gay.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's-
retarded gay police officer.
All right. The exciting new role-playing adventure from Dickhead Enterprises. Retarded gay
Cops
police,
and-
cops and
Cops
fentanyls.
and black people.
Okay.
That's
But it's in the swirly Dungeons and
out of
Dragons
the
font.
Coliseum comes a big black guy. Oh my God! He's 700 feet
I
tall.
don't think this is going to sell that well. I don't think there's a big market for that.
Why? Everyone's sick of this fantasy shit. You gotta live this fantasy
right.
shit all day.
You're right.
Why not have a real escapism of living in the inner city,
Yeah.
Compton?
Sure.
It's gigantic.
Escape from the ghetto.
Escape? No, it's escape from
Module
fantasy. I'm so
D49.
tired of superheroes and bullshit. I need real, half police, half
Drug-using black men.
drug-using black guys,
Okay.
retarded gay
This show is getting
alignment.
canceled. This is terrible.
What's wrong with that?
There's a lot of things wrong with that. A lot.
I'm a
lot
level
of
12
problems.
neckbeard
Yeah.
queeromancer. welcome to my
Are the queers fighting the blacks now? This is a
Yes,
convoluted.
it's a very
You gotta work
complex
on the lore.
ecosystem.
There's a lot going
no,
on.
I don't have to work on it. I just replace it. It's just copy,
You just take
paste, copy, paste.
Instead of Spider
Queers,
Queen, it's
spiders,
just huge black man.
black guys, orcs. I know that everyone's already thinking it.
Okay.
According to the,
I'm
you
sure
know,
the Dungeons and Dragons community will be very excited for blacks and gays
yeah.
versus cops versus whatever. This is nonsense. Dick, you're
I'm
the, you're
casting
the
my
winner.
level 9
Why don't
fentanyl
you-
spell on you. A cone of fentanyl
Oh, the
shooting out.
fentanyl. And the cops writhing on the ground, covered in fentanyl.
Yeah.
All right, big winner. You got a problem for me?
Yeah, it's called Vito and Dick Get No Credit.
No credit.
I first noticed this problem when we had Adam Sessler on, and the Quartering did a video on it and said these two guys interviewed Adam Sessler. Did you see that?
He didn't name us at all. He
No,
didn't
he
say,
did. He did later.
He did
I'm just
eventually.
busting balls.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, thanks for covering us.
Well,
Quartering.
I will say I did get a little note from a guy who said, because there's a lot of these channels that they talk nothing about they talk constantly about G4 and gaming and whatever else. And he said to me, listen, I talked to some of these guys. They don't want to cover it because they don't like Vito. And
you brought us down?
I guess so.
What the fuck?
They're willing to, our great exclusive news that we bring them.
Me, the creator
They don't
of
want to talk
blacks
about
and
it
queers.
because they have to credit us. Well, the other thing we didn't get credit with is any of the Netflix stuff. Nobody wants to credit us.
We
Remember when
single-handedly
the Netflix
ended that shit.
The Netflix president came out like weeks after. He said, we're not going to change anything. We think it's going to be fine. I'm like, yeah, I think we completely dismantled
Totally
that
destroyed
protest.
it. Totally destroyed
I think
it.
if we weren't there, that protest could have gotten ground. People could have been like, "You're right. We got to cancel Chappelle." And instead,
we got to kill him.
we made them look like complete idiots, and they're like, "You know what? I guess we don't even have to worry about these people."
That guy that was going to stab Dave on stage, running through his mind at the last minute, he saw you getting your sign smashed. He goes, "Oh man!" And he lost his
And he
nerve a
lost-
little bit, and then went,
stumbled.
blam. So here's something else that we didn't get credit for. This is what Frosk, that lady,
that right? Yeah.
the one that said,
The G4
women are not
lady
meant to be
who's-
looked at, and
Yeah.
they're like, they're video
Women
games
should not
and
be do
stuff.
not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
She, after our last episode
With Adam
with
Sessler.
Adam Sessler, she said on Twitter, "I've been angry for a long time with my peers for not using their power and voice to stand up for others in the industry had to come to some hard terms that people who I'd known for years, who I thought were good friends, just weren't. Devastated.
I saw that tweet.
Time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm leaving the industry. I found new work elsewhere. This industry is really messed up, and what happened to me and plenty of others wasn't fair. And it could have been avoided if we had all stood up together. Like not going on podcasts with guys
like
making
us.
fun of her. You let me down, but I get why. Cheers and good luck.
I don't know if she saw that Adam came on our show and felt like that was him throwing her under the bus.
We have exercised the demon. This
Hold on.
Clear. We did it. We fucking did it. Everyone hated that woman.
And
we fucking got rid of her. I didn't hate her either. But everyone else did. We fucking got rid of her. We fucking did it.
If you're happy she's gone, you should maybe be looking at us.
Pony up some dough. Patreon.com/biggest problem or back.by/biggest problem.
Yeah.
We fucking did it. We got no credit. Everyone talked about this. We got no fucking credit.
It's true. Everyone is talking about Frosk leaving the internet, leaving the game industry. And coincidentally, it comes right after her former co-host. I don't know, maybe didn't do a great job defending her, or she felt like he shouldn't be commenting on it at all. I mean, it's a little speculative, but it kind of feels like
it's what happened. It may be speculative, but that's what happened.
It feels like the things we do have echoes throughout this entire ecosphere.
Yeah, Lofty, you shithead. What did you do last week? Nothing. We made Frost quit the whole internet, the whole industry. We did that.
I think we have a little more power than people want to give to us. I think we're movers and shakers in our own way.
That we did it.
We saved Netflix. We kicked Frosk off the internet.
And Chappelle.
We saved Chappelle. There's something else we did that was great. I don't know. Everything we do is great.
I forget. Also,
we're gonna get the Frasier reboot shut down. And that's gonna be good too. Joe Cristalli, we're coming for you. We're changing the world here on Biggest Problem,
and we don't get any credit. Still, no one says, "Man, those guys really did it. They really played some 4D Dungeons and Black Guys,
Dungeons and Darkies."
No, I didn't say that.
Can I not say that? Is that too bad? Whatever. I think that
now the dragons are Chinese people.
Yeah,
that's what it'd be. You have your team of like a half black guy, half cop, and then like a big Chinese guy comes like, "Whoa!" out of the forum, right?
I don't know how we got back to Dungeons and Dragons
because it's funnier.
I think there's a lot of people who, I don't know, it's complicated. There's a lot of haters out there, right?
Yeah.
And now let's be clear, there's some great reasons to criticize things me and Dick have done. Fine. But for the most part, okay, just me. Fine.
Yeah, you.
You can say Vito causes trouble and Vito's a troll and whatever else. But I always say, hey, the content is king. You can hate what I've done in the past or things I've said or whatever else, but we're still here making a show. If the show sucks, you have every right to hate me. But if the show is good, you got to be honest. You got to say it's a great show they're putting on.
Something happened. Something happened to cause this tweet. What happened was us.
I want to get Frosk on the show. I have her agent's email.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it? Lady at Yahoo.
Frosk's terrible handler at
Not
Gmail.
Frosk's agent at Yahoo.
She's supposedly with
hotmail.com.
some agency. Because previously she had said, I'll go on any show with any of my haters. And I reached out. I'm like, well, hey, listen, I think don't go on like one of these fucking crazy Geeks and Gamers things because they're just going to yell at you. Go on Lofty Pixels. That
would have gone better for her, though.
Lecture about Gamergate. If she had come on, here's the thing. Adam comes on here. And yes, his haters are still out in force, but a lot of people see, Adam's just a guy who's fed up with a bunch of internet trolls. He's a normal guy. He thinks you're all retarded. He's got a bunch of money in the bank because he had a successful tech thing that he just cashed in on. And now he's just going to retire and hang out. He doesn't give a shit what you think about on the internet. And everybody goes, you know what? I can kind of respect that.
Yeah.
I think if Frosk came on here and said, listen, fuck you guys. I'm going to go have fun. I can get a job here. Your criticism washes off my back. She could repair her. I think addressing it head on, because remember we were arguing with Adam.
Yeah.
Because we were like, how come Frosk doesn't do any interviews? And he said, because there's nothing to gain. I think there is something to gain. I think when people can actually hear you speak
Yes.
and be like honest and a real human being. Because a lot of the times on the internet, we treat people like a totem. Like you look at Frosk and you're mad at her, but you're not really mad at her. You don't really know her. You're just mad at this one video she made.
Yeah, I'm pretty mad at that.
Yeah, you're mad. But that's the thing is you're mad at like 1/100th of the person.
Gotta go on with my life. Like,
If she
you
actually,
fucking bitch. All right, I
if
gotta
she
go.
came
I gotta
on
go.
and she was like fun and funny and she went, yeah, you know what? Maybe I got too up my
but
own
maybe
ass
she's a
about
bitch.
it. Well, yeah, that could be the problem. Is if she is actually a bitch, then she's fucked. But
Yeah.
I think a guy like Adam showed, look, I'm not a complete bitch like you characterized me at. Obviously, I couldn't say certain things because I was on a network, but now I'm not on the network.
Yeah,
fuck
that
you guys,
clap.
you're all a bunch of losers. The clap is
that was
interesting.
amazing. That was an amazing. That's how we get those revelations, and Lofty doesn't.
Well, also, we're good at the, you got to be like Stern. People don't give Stern enough credit for, you got to get people comfortable. That's the other thing. Everyone goes, why weren't you meaner on Adam? I'm like, because if I treat him like a piece of shit, he's just going to leave, you know?
Yeah.
You want the guest to come on, you want to be comfortable, and then they start telling you stuff that they probably wouldn't have wanted to talk about otherwise.
You're practically Howard Stern.
I have learned a lot from, look, I'm not going to say I'm Howard Stern, but I have learned a lot from Howard Stern.
Okay, that's my problem. What's your problem?
We don't get enough credit. Well, that's a great problem, I'm going to say.
Thank you.
We'll see if the audience agrees. My problem, Dick, is the... Maybe this sounds trite. Maybe this is a redone problem, but it's something that's happened to me recently.
Okay.
Is thoughts and prayers. Now,
Yeah,
I know what
that's-
you guys are thinking. You're thinking about, yeah, we know.
Guns.
But it really, it's always like the gun thing. Like a bunch of people
Yeah.
get shot and it's thoughts and prayers. But it's not just that. It's the people just in general who think that you're going to gain something from them saying, oh, I'm praying for you. I'm keeping you in my thoughts. And it's the most useless, stupid thing ever. It does nothing for me. So I recently, one of my cats ran away. I'm not happy about it. Just don't make any fucking Q-tip jokes, all right? Because I'm already suicidal. No, I'll be fine. I'm not happy. Hopefully
You throw
he
out all the
finds his way
Q-tips
home.
so the cat sees at least.
Yeah,
that you're not up
I'll
to-
leave a trail of Q-tips.
Throw them away.
Throw them away.
Throw them away so the cat sees them in the dumpsters. Like, oh, okay,
All right, now
all
it's
right, I'll
safe.
come back now.
I'm hoping my cat comes back. Regardless, I signed up for a variety of these pet finding
I
lost
don't know. This
pet
is where this
websites.
problem was going to be. All right.
Well, it's where it's going is I sign up for them and they go, okay, we're going to blast all these Facebook pages. We're going to blast, on Instagram. We're going to post pictures of your pet on all these tech things so everybody in your neighborhood knows your pet is missing.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, this is great because then if someone sees my cat, they can leave a message and say, I saw him on the corner of 5th and Smith. And
Get
if
the
you
word
go
out.
Yeah, get the word out.
We got shooters on every corner in this town who are peeping for cats. And if they see this cat, they're going to go, because every cat looks exactly the fucking same.
No, they don't. Anyway.
How many types of cat is there?
I was very hopeful signing up for this thing, and I'm like, this is great because people are going to comment and
You were
tell me
hopeful?
if they see my cat. And I get a notification. It goes, someone has a message about your cat. I go, oh, thank God. It must be someone with valid information. I check, and it's some lady named Cindy going, oh, what a beautiful cat. I'll keep him in my prayers. And I go, okay, well,
Thanks, you dumb
that's
bitch.
not too helpful. And then a couple minutes go by, and I get another notification. I go, surely this person will go. And they go, I'm praying for that cat right now. And I'm like, did I just pay $100 for this service to get a bunch of white women telling me they're praying for me? I paid money for this?
You paid.
Yes.
People are stealing money from people who are desperate about their fucking cats being
Yes.
lost. A nomadic pet.
They took my money specifically
this
to
service?
set me up. People say this is a good service. They're like, oh, you
just
gotta
go to a
use
strip
this.
club, Vito, for $100.
Yeah, I could have had a lot more fun than constantly getting notifications on my phone and being like, surely this person will know I'm keeping that cat in my thoughts and my prayers. We're praying for you over here. I'm like, this is not helpful.
Why are they there?
I don't.
They're not getting paid to do that.
No, they're all just part of a weird "we love pets" like circle jerk.
Are
Well,
they
I
real?
guess. That's a great question.
Is that the service you pay for? Just a bunch of fake people saying?
Just a bunch of
"Oh,
bots
I hope
that
you found your
occasionally
cat."
show up and they have the emoji of the two hands clasped together, and they put it 12 times just to really
Yeah.
emphasize or emphasize. So yeah, guys, look, I'm missing my animal. The only notifications I want are either A, I saw him, or B, here are some tips or some shelters you could call, which I get some of those messages, but the majority of it has been white women going, God, that's a beautiful cat. I hope God takes care of him and brings him home.
You're clogging up the messaging system, you stupid bitch. Shut the fuck up.
It's not helpful.
Shut up.
It doesn't make me feel any better. And that's the real thing, is that it makes me feel worse knowing that a bunch of people are out there who can't help me. Like, knowing that it's like, it would be better to not hear from them at all.
Why would they be subscribing to this service of missing pets?
I don't know.
That's the worst part of Nextdoor. Like, I had to get rid of Nextdoor. I'm like, I just can't read about somebody who lost their fucking dog. Because I know all these goddamn Mexicans down the hill just let their dogs run wild. It's like, oh, yeah, see, he just goes right over here. Like, what?
Yeah.
Put him in the fucking fence, dude. Chow.
I did a little bit of research, and now some people will say that prayers can, have healing properties or whatever.
Retarded people.
Yes, obviously. But there are actually studies that show that the whole concept of thoughts and prayers can actually have negative health impacts on people. Now, studying the post-surgical recovery of over 1,000 coronary bypass patients, they found that people praying for them was correlated with significantly more post-surgical complications if the people knew they were being prayed for.
What?
So, you know of the placebo effect, obviously, where you get a fake cure, but the whole power of whatever.
Yeah.
Well, prayers...
Acupuncture.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Prayers can actually help with the nocebo effect, which is instilling in you the idea that things...
So your recovery is worse if you know people are praying for you?
Because some of these patients who were aware people were praying for them thought that their lack of improvement was going to depress these people who were hoping for them, and that just made them more depressed and made them worse and brought about more complications.
It's not because they were fatter, because it's like religious areas in the Midwest are fatter.
And they think, well, as long as everyone's praying for me,
they're fat.
I'm going to be fine. No, because they checked people from the same area. Some patients may have felt that prayer didn't make them better because God, for some reason, found them unworthy. So that's the other thing.
He did.
If your cat doesn't come back, does that mean God hates you? If you don't, if you aren't recovering fast enough from your surgery, it must be because God is punishing you, and that actually results in more negative health outcomes because now you think God is rooting against you.
Well, that's what happens to AA.
Yeah.
So AA, let me take this to something I understand.
Something you would more identify with.
In AA, it has the same recovery rate as not being in a program.
Yeah.
Like the amount of relapses to I'm not doing alcohol anymore is the same, but the amount of suicides
goes up
in AA because of the guilt.
Because if you fail, you failed the program.
Yeah, you failed.
Yeah,
it's like
you
another
failed God,
failure.
you failed the higher power.
Me, I'm just like, well, I had a little relapse, no big deal. I don't have to like report to a sponsor or anything.
Yeah.
Like I don't have some relationship that's dependent on my failure.
That's a good point. Yeah, having a program.
I mean,
fills your higher
one
power.
that I care about.
That's interesting, and it does make sense that you're setting yourself. You had the first failure, which was becoming an alcoholic to begin with, and then you got on a program.
That's my parents' fault mostly.
Yeah, so might as well just accept it rather than signing up for another thing.
That's
you're
what
fail
AA is
at.
like. It's all on you. Like, no.
No, it's on my
parents.
parents.
On a lot of people, not me.
It's on the alcohol companies for making alcohol so tasty. Point is, Dick.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. They're useless. They do nothing for me. Don't tell me you're praying for me.
Or my cat.
Or my cat.
You get off your ass and you find that fucking cat.
I've been trying. I've been walking around.
No, not you. Them.
Well,
them.
That's the other thing. I would much rather
just
you
reply to all of them. Why don't you get up?
Why don't you help me?
Do a
and start
couple
praying?
labs. Everybody come over to my house. Take your tops off.
Why don't you send me $10 so I can print more posters? I think any sympathy should require to come with money. Anytime somebody posts, I'm keeping you in my thoughts and prayers, you should have to send $5 to them on Venmo. Because otherwise you don't actually care.
It's also like when someone posts about like their mom died or something on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, should I hit the like button? And then I'm like, oh, like 100 people liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, like I
don't know what to do with sympathy. I never know. Because I always hate sympathy. I hate posting when something bad happens to me. Because I know all I'm going to get is, well, I hope it works out for you. And I'm like, can't you guys do something? Send me a cake. Send me something.
Come
I
on.
want a tangible. All right, well, not a cake.
That's not good for you.
Send me some money.
Yes. You're just going to spend it on cake.
I don't know.
though.
It's just because it doesn't do anything. It's like, all right, I guess I like that you feel.
It's for the
sympathy
person
me.
though. Like sympathy, gratitude. It's all for the person who's experiencing the powerlessness of not even having had the loss that you do.
Yeah.
Like your cat's lost. I'm like, oh God, I'm having this moment of like. Being sad for them and like glad that I'm not them, and I feel guilty about the gladness.
That's
I have
the
to
other
feel I have to
thing.
get rid of this guilt, right? Like it's the guilt that you feel from not being glad that I'm not you. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to do with this guilt. Ooh, hope it works out for you. Okay, I feel
Honestly,
better.
the only thing that makes me feel better is being on these lost pet groups and seeing everybody else losing their pet, and then I go, at least other people are miserable.
No, that's
like
a
way
sick-
better
you gotta
than
stop,
sympathy.
You got to stop doing what
I
you're
want to
doing.
go steal
This is-
people's pets so they can experience what I. I'm just.
I knew a
fucking-
girl who did that.
who stole pets.
Stole someone's pet. She thought that they weren't taking care
good
of it.
care of it. That's
Yeah.
so fucked
It's
up.
like, that's
I actually am
fucking
worried
bad,
somebody like
man.
just took my cat and was like, "Oh, I'll give it a better home or something," because nobody's seen it, and he had a collar with his phone number on it. So I don't know.
You're in a Chinese neighborhood, though, aren't
That's
you?
the other thing I was gonna say. Living in a Chinese
Ding, ding,
neighborhood.
chicken, winner, winner.
I'm
Some
worried,
kind of dinner.
I'm worried that old Mrs. Yi is going, listen, about 40 years ago in Jiangsu province, I had the best fried cat of my life. And every day I've thought about it. And I've managed to stave it off until this beautiful cat comes walking into my yard and
This
just
is horrible.
couldn't resist anymore. Yeah, well, that's what you get living in an Asian neighborhood. Anytime your pet goes missing, you go, ah, fuck.
Q-Tip should really sponsor like a get out and look for the cat.
I think Q-Tip should sponsor the hunt for Buscemi. It was a great cat. If he doesn't come back, we get some great memories.
My
I will
girlfriend
say,
walked around your
Yeah, she
neighborhood with our
helped.
dog.
Yeah.
Because the dog hates cats.
oh, that was nice
So,
of her. I appreciate that. I'm hoping he might find his way home.
Yeah, well, you know, thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Okay, here's my problem. Are you done with your
I'm done.
done
with a lot of things.
manipulative?
It's not manipulative. You don't have to vote
Voting
for
problem.
me out of sympathy. I don't care.
Of course you would say that.
Probably make me more mad if the problem wins.
My problem is called fear of negotiating.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see Steven Crowder threw a little hissy fit
It's being a bitch.
over getting offered a bunch of money?
But is he being a bitch? Do you think he's being disingenuous? Is he really this stupid to think that he got like such a raw deal from these guys?
all of these,
I think he is that stupid.
all of these people are
idiots.
so stupid. All of their fans are so stupid that it would be difficult to imagine a thought leader in their arena
Yeah.
that is not marginally, slightly less stupid than they are. Like, I don't think you can like be extremely intelligent, like dumb it that far down. Like you're
You'd kill
just,
yourself out of shame and guilt.
yeah, the
You
velocity.
have to be stupid enough to maintain. You can't do it on an illusion.
You can't live that character all the fucking time.
I've thought
It
about trying to
breaks
live that
down.
character.
You can't.
I've always been like, I could do what they do.
No, you
I just
can't.
got to really hate myself and my audience. And
I don't think you can.
yeah,
So
Steven Crowder was offered $50 million.
$50 million bucks out of nowhere
Yeah.
by some other scam company.
Yes.
Conservatives, there's nothing there anymore. They're all just looting the treasury now that Trump is dead. They just like, well, come over to my shop in the bazaar. I sell you good conservative values. Then you
Yeah.
gotta go, no, come over here, Effendi. I got the great conservative trad wife. And then somebody's like, no, I got the Bugattis over here.
Yeah.
You're like a young man. You need a fucking strong chutzpah. You need a balls, Effendi. Come over here.
This is the only place where I feel sympathy for conservatives is watching everyone try to rip you guys off.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Like-
it's so bad.
Like constantly.
The texts that the Trump campaign sends out, I think, should be criminally prosecuted as elder abuse. Like they send them. I sign up for fun, like for both
Oh
sides.
yeah, I love seeing what Trump's offering every day. It's
so
like,
much worse.
oh, it's like, Margaret, today I picked you to be my special 10,000 donor, and you're gonna get a Trump
Prison.
Rubik's Cube for $5,000 or whatever. He's always selling tchotchkes and shit, and I'm like,
Garbage.
man, what the? Who's buying
Dude, it's
this
the stuff
shit?
you'd warn your grandparents or parents not to buy at
Right.
this point. So Steven Crowder, moron, cross-dresser, Not funny.
Closeted homosexual.
Closeted homosexual.
Yes.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Well, the closeted part. You got to come out. You got to
that's
come
your
out at
kicks.
some point.
No, come on. You can say closeted.
All right.
Come
All
on,
right.
Vito. Don't
It's
be
a fun little
Don't be a
game.
kink shamer. He gets offered $50 million and a bunch of reasonable terms for a first offer. I've been in a lot of contract negotiations. I've been in contract negotiations with entertainment companies, and the things that you start at are nowhere near where you end up. You know, the things they offer you are laughable at first blush.
Well, what's interesting about it is that it was somebody you knew came to him and said, "Hey, I heard you're free agent. Do you want to come work for us?" And then
It's an offer.
Well, no, not even that. Is that instead of Steven Crowder going to the guy and going, "Yeah, let's talk about it," his agent came back at him and said, "Oh, we have to handle this like a business deal. Send us, your terms or whatever." And it's like, okay, so
Yeah, okay,
if you want
sure.
a cold, unfeeling contract,
Fine.
we'll send it over
Fine.
and then we can talk about it that way.
Yeah.
Like he asked for them to send him cold, impersonal terms.
So then he says he got the terms and the money, and he said, "Do it again, but make it instead of $50 million, make it $120 million." And they said, "Well, I mean, it's a
big jump.
That's a big jump." And then
Was that really what
waited
he
a
asked
month. That's
for?
what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "I want 30 a year." And then when that didn't happen, he goes online and starts crying about it. Right? He says, "I'm actually the free speech leader in the world, and this, and these they want me to not get kicked off YouTube." And everybody, here's where the problem comes in, because everybody, too many people go, "He's totally right. They burned him. They would offer him an insulting offer," and I'm sitting there going, "Well, yeah, you have to go. Well, I disagree. I think I should be paid this much."
right.
That's what you do.
Or this clause here, because specifically the thing he's upset at is there's a clause in the contract that says if sponsors start pulling out of the show, like
Then we
let's
pay
say
you less.
there was a mass boycott or something
Yeah.
of your show,
No, you have to.
you would
then
make
we would try to get the money back, but if we couldn't get
if
it back,
we couldn't
then
get it back,
we'll
we
pay
couldn't
less.
replace the sponsors.
Right.
We're not just going to throw money at you for free. It's like, hey, it sucks, but it's on you. You got to get the sponsors.
Yeah, this
back.
isn't Andrew Yang's campaign. Over
No,
here,
that's
okay?
the
This
weird
is a
thing.
conservative.
I'm
but
like-
my problem is that I think the reason people are supporting Steven Crowder, which is unconscionable and impossible, and I don't care how many people explain it to me in different ways. It's totally preposterous.
Well, they're not supporting free speech.
It's
Dick.
because you're afraid to negotiate for what you're worth. Everybody is. Everybody is.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's biggest,
uncomfortable.
deepest, darkest fear. And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. And I think that's why so many people hate Jews. Because Jews are fine. Jews will negotiate you.
All day.
Yeah, like, oh,
Yeah.
what do you... I mean, they make fun. They make fun
right.
of themselves, but they're fine with it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, it's my fucking time. What do you mean? Well, how much is it worth? How much am I making out of this? How much are you making out of this? Like, white people they won't even tell you what they make and their salary. Right? Like, oh, no, that's, come on.
Yeah.
You might as well be asking me about how my dick size is. Like, what do you want to fuck I'd rather you fuck my wife than tell you. Because they have this weird phobia and etiquette around negotiating for what their value is as a person.
Yeah.
And it causes them so many problems. All of them are more poor as a result of it.
Yeah.
Their phobia of negotiating makes them poor. It never makes them richer.
That's a big contributor to the glass ceiling. That women refuse to negotiate.
All women get paid too much, more than they're worth.
But if they negotiated, they could get more.
58% of millennials aren't negotiating their salary.
Yeah.
More than half just don't. Like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take it. Not even $1 more.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta admit, I'm guilty of this as well, because but my thing is that I'm such a lazy piece of shit that I'm always like, oh God, I just don't want to get fired, so why rock the boat? I always feel like
but they got to replace you.
I feel like
It costs money.
anytime you ask for more money, I feel like somebody's gonna go, okay, well, what are you really doing? It's like, all right, I don't want you digging into that.
That is the fear. That's the fear.
Yeah, they're gonna be on your ass.
1 in 4 have not negotiated their salary because they didn't know how. They don't even know how, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the stats that I printed out.
I was
How? What do you mean you don't know how?
yeah.
Hey, yo! You got any money in there?
I had some contract negotiations which were uncomfortable or whatever.
Yeah.
Was that there's a company, and this guy was basically like, all right, yeah, so we're all going to give up shares of the company to my wife. And I went, that's cool. You guys can do that. I'm not doing that. He's like, well, we're all doing it. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to reduce my stake to give your wife more of my percentage. I like your wife. She's a nice lady, but... So yeah,
I mean, fuck her right here in front of everybody.
And we had a long discussion about how to figure it out.
Maddox and I, we sold a Man Show 2 to Spike, and the first offer was $5,000 an episode, and they owned everything to us.
$5,000. No, but I'm
for
saying
each of us per episode.
Each of you got $5,000.
Yeah, I think
$10,000 an episode.
And by the time it was done, it was $25,000 an episode, and we owned. It was a limited license for everything we created during the run of the show that they owned, and then it reverted to us. It was like a joint reversion afterwards.
Yeah,
but it took work.
I'm surprised that didn't go through. I don't know why they pulled out of that.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
It would have been horrible. Maddox, he was already fucking it up.
Yeah.
Before it even got to pilot, it was like, all right, this is a fucking disaster.
Well, it was already, he wasn't the man.
He's like, we could really make some real changes with this. I'm like, man, it's fucking like tits and trampolines.
Trampolines and the Man Show boy.
Weird autistic shithead. 1 in 10 have not negotiated because they're scared of consequences. That's a lie. It's way higher than that. The majority of salary negotiations, proved successful. So
the funny thing is there's always more money. It was funny. My sister, I almost got her a job at this thing, and they were going to pay her a ton, and then her job was like, wait, where are you going? Fuck, we need you. People don't realize how, like, essential they often are to an organization. So when they found out my sister wanted to leave, they just, bumped up her salary like $10,000. She's like, oh, shit, I should have asked for this before. So
1/5 of people have never negotiated their salaries, ever.
Goddamn.
And studies show that an individual who fails to negotiate a first salary will miss out on $500,000 by age 60. So there you go. I don't know what I
want
people are
half the
on.
trademark, Dick. Give it to me or I quit.
You got it.
Nice. Now that's a negotiation done right.
I don't know.
You can't do this show without me.
I can't.
I don't want the trademark. Honestly, I don't want the trademark. That's your cross to bear. I want nothing to do with it.
I don't like this idea that people are worshiping this this performative histrionics, this crying meltdown of they should have given me something better, like this sort of like
basically if your show was making no money, we should pay you the same exact amount as we were paying you.
You didn't
when you
even
had sponsors.
counter.
And you didn't even try to say
you countered with 120 million instead of 50.
Yeah,
like
no,
and they said no.
And then you were a little bitch about it. That's the weird thing. Is like, don't be a little bitch. Just be like, okay, well, I guess it just didn't work out and it doesn't fit what they're trying to do. But instead, he registered a website, The Big Con or whatever, and he says conservative media doesn't really care about. Yeah,
it's like all you guys need YouTube. All of you, even the Rumble guys. The Rumble guys only have money because they got a gigantic $100 million funding round,
which is gonna run out.
Yeah, there's no ad revenue.
Doug TenNapel's been talking about that, where he goes, hey, free speech is great, but like I can stream on Rumble to 5 people or I can stream on YouTube to several hundred. So,
it's just so hard being so much smarter than everyone.
Yeah.
I guess that's what my point is with this
Well,
problem.
a lot of these guys have been told that the only problem is free speech. Well, why don't you guys all go to BitChute? Why don't you all go to Rumble? And it's like, because most people are not. People get comfortable.
Yeah.
Your average person has never heard of Rumble at this point.
No.
They're not going to if you stop posting to YouTube, they'll just be like, I don't know what happened to that show. I'll just watch a different show. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this belief
they don't care.
Oh,
they don't care.
No,
but you need to make people think they care. It's just stuff on in the background.
It's complicated. Well, Dick, this plays a bit into my problem, which I am calling the myth of a conservative creative renaissance. This is the belief that conservatives are the true bearers of entertainment and art in the world, and that all that is holding you back is those dirty, horrible liberals from preventing pedophiles, like all of Epstein's army.
What are you gonna make another fucking Velma show? You're so fucking creative. Oh, look at me, Velma, and I'm black. Scooby's a lesbian.
Look, I'm not saying.
Oh God, Daphne's a lesbian too.
Not everything.
Fred is a small dick. Oh wow, so creative.
You can't use Velma as the example of what the left puts out.
Wagner? How about that? St. Peter's Basilica? You ever heard of any of these fucking conservative arts, you motherfucker?
All right. Well, Dick, I think a great place to look at what the conservatives consider the future of the creative arts is a certain channel called Daily Wire Plus, as run by Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro has told us the real problem is that conservatives aren't funding their own creative economy. We are just as creative and talented as those God-hating liberals, and we're going to prove it with the following programming. Terror on the Prairie, a cowboy movie starring Gina Carano. Great. A podcast series from Jordan Peterson.
VeggieTales.
VeggieTales. Candace Owens' documentary about how George Floyd died from fentanyl.
Earthworm
Who doesn't want to watch that fucking
Wait, what
shit?
is it? What is it?
She has
What
a
is
whole
that one?
documentary about the rise of
How
BLM
George Floyd
and
died
George
of fentanyl.
Floyd.
I want like
Yeah.
a Lifetime movie of George Floyd dying of fentanyl.
Well, that's what you're honestly going to get on Daily Wire. That
Yeah,
at
that's
some
cool.
point, you're going to get the true life of George Floyd, and it's going to be him as a crack
I want like
addict.
24. You know, the boop, 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 boop. You know, the countdown is like 24 hours till
That
George,
is
the last
what they
day of the
want
life.
to make. That's what they will make.
And
That's
George was like,
all they care about.
doing a bunch of blow. Oh, and you're like, ooh, was that the fentanyl that's gonna kill him? Ooh.
Dick, the more I went through...
And he's like, he's getting ready to do the fentanyl. He's like, his cell phone goes off. And he's like, oh shit, I gotta get all these.
I got to go put a gun to a pregnant
you're-
lady's belly and snort some fentanyl. And,
God, I thought that would be the fentanyl.
and then he would be punching all the cops on the way out. And they're like, we can't possibly hold him down. If only one of us could get our knee on his neck. Dick, the more I dug through what the Daily Wire Plus is offering, the more I was convinced that conservatives should not be allowed to make any form of movie or television because it was frankly abysmal. Now, obviously...
What do you mean? The 700 Club was great.
Yeah,
You know, remember
everybody
that when we
loves
were
that.
kids?
The moral what was
Greatest
it?
story ever told?
Davy and Goliath.
Greatest story ever told, Vito.
Yeah.
The tomb was empty.
The tomb was
The tomb was empty. You couldn't have any liberal movie without the story of Jesus Christ. How about that? Or fucking
fantastic.
Faust. Every single story is either Jesus or fucking Faust, created by the two most conservative authors and creators in the history of fucking time. Nobody ever quotes Gilgamesh.
Well, Dick, I was especially excited about the
You
Daily...
like goth girls?
They're not conservative. Goth girls
Yes,
come
he was
from
very
Goeth.
conservative.
I think it's a little different.
He wanted a wall.
All right. Well,
right.
I was excited to see Daily Wire is gearing up for children's programming, Dick. They want your kids
cool.
to have access to so-called non-woke entertainment. Now, Daily Wire's new animated show, Chipchilla, about a animated chinchilla,
Schneider.
aims to rival woke cartoons. In March, the company announced it would invest $100 million in kids' content for the Daily Wire Plus streaming platform to rival the output of woke media companies who, according to company co-CEO Jeremy Boring, hate their audiences. They hate the audience. They hate the kid. When you turn on DuckTales, that DuckTales hates your fucking kids.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Kids know too.
Kids
like,
know.
"Ah, fuck this. No, I put on I was watching some show with my nephews, and the show we were watching, which was good, was on, and then it ended, and some like princess shit, adventure shit came on. I'm like, oh, what's this? And he goes, it's a girl show.
Girl show. Well, they know. Well, maybe the
show.
girls
Sucks.
like it.
Uncle.
Boring says
Sucks
we
shit.
have to challenge the left every single place that it lives. Isn't that exciting? You're making an animated show about a chinchilla, and it's all about, we have to stop the left. And the only way to do that is to subscribe when the content is there. I would ask you to subscribe today at Daily Wire Plus for Chipchilla, starring Rob Schneider as the...
Yeah, he's funny. Deuce Bigelow. Come on. Facts man.
We got
Doing
Rob
the facts.
Snyder
Coming
now.
on in.
Why
Facts.
are all the conservative actors and just terrible? It's like
What about
Dean
Kevin Sorbo is
Cain.
terrible?
Kevin Sorbo is terrible.
Dean Cain is terrible.
Yes.
The greatest Superman that there ever was. Better than Christopher Reeves.
You got Kid Rock singing his little songs about snowflakes and it's all garbage. Dick, I did want to bring up one of the.
You saying Adam Carolla is not funny? Is that what you're saying?
He's all right. He's kind of fallen off the wagon as of late.
Oh, because of COVID stuff?
Yeah,
You don't like him?
Him and Jim Brewer and whatever else, they're all fucking nuts.
Do not put Adam Carolla in the
With Jim
same
Brewer?
universe as
At this
Jim
point, I can
Brewer, the
barely
goat man.
take them, tell them apart. Dick, can you go to YouTube real quick? I want to show you some of the Daily Wire's kids content.
Okay.
Type in guess or mess. Ayn Rand.
Guess.
Let's go to the Ayn Rand episode.
Okay. Do I need
This
to
is
pull up
now. This is what
watch?
they think your children are interested in watching. It is a competitive game show where kids have to answer trivia questions about people from history like J.P. Morgan, Charles Schwab, Margaret Thatcher,
Yeah.
and Ayn Rand. What kid doesn't want to learn about
What do you
Ayn
mean?
Rand?
What do you-
Click on the Ayn Rand episode there at the
This
top.
one?
Wow, look at this. I'm so
This is
excited.
PragerU, though.
But they're part of Daily Wire now.
Oh, fuck
This is
PragerU.
they're all part of this. They're building all the kids and stuff. This is what kids want. Skip like
Dude, I would rather kids have Mickey Mouse smoking cigarettes and beating Minnie Mouse than let PragerU
No.
have even 10 seconds with a kid. PragerU made an infomercial about how giving Israel money is just basically giving the U.S. money because
Yeah.
they use it to buy missiles. I'm like, that's not. I'm chock full of missiles, pal. I'm not selling any missiles, so I'm good with that.
well, this is PragerU, and they're going to teach your kids about all their favorite characters like Ayn Rand.
Yeah, but remember like Historia? You remember that show?
I was thinking like
Historia.
Legends of the Hidden
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Temple, where you learn about like actual interesting historical figures. Remember that?
There was no history
In Legends of the Hidden Temple, the
no,
second
there wasn't.
Shut up. The second round, they were all standing on the steps, remember? And they would read you a story about like Marco Polo went to the whatever, and you had to memorize little things from the story and be like, what were the names? What was the name of Marco Polo's boat?
Nah, that was just memorizing though. Historia
Still,
was like
it had a
telling you a
little
story
educational
about it.
component.
Yeah, that guy in the diaper. Okay, I'll play it.
Welcome to the game show by PragerU Kids. I'm Noah.
Come on,
This is the future of conservative entertainment, Dick.
bro. Come on, man. Kids aren't gonna fucking want to see this.
No, they're not.
Dads
It's
aren't
terrible.
gonna want to see this. What the fuck? Ben Shapiro with your dry ass pussy wife, motherfucker. Put your sister on TV. That's what kids want to see.
People are trying to
Big
tell
old
me
milkers.
People are trying to tell me this isn't the Daily Wire. I swear to God, they're advertising this on the Daily Wire site. It is part
It's
of
all the same.
Daily Wire Plus. They're all in
right.
cahoots.
And in this show, if you
Chad replies disabled.
Yeah, well.
you answer a question fast and correctly, you avoid getting totally gross and messy. Joining us today, we've got Samantha. Hi, and we've
First
got
of all, this is
Leah.
pedophilic, covering kids in slime. I'll never approve of it.
What do you mean?
Someone's
what about
ju-
you don't
someone's
know
jerking
shit
off.
on television?
That was
you can't do
that was
shit on
absolutely
television.
pedophilic. You can't do that.
No, that was a great show. All right.
Got to get rid of the
Before
slime.
coming here, each of you read our PragerU Kids digital magazine about Ayn Rand from our website. Now we're going to see how much of it you guys remember.
Have they never seen a television show before? They gotta hire us. Just come in here. No.
We can do anything.
Don't say that
Yeah.
shit. Just do it like a normal TV show. You fucking
That's my
open your eyes.
That's my argument is like, look, if you want to control entertainment, just prove you can make regular entertainment for kids. Why does it have to be, again, like they're just going to get into communism and what? Get into it. This is crazy.
Here are your messes for today. Blue goo, nacho cheese spray,
Oh my
clam
God.
chowder,
Ugh.
Spam, baby food, water beads, cottage cheese, ketchup and mustard, mud, and a pie in the face.
Oh my God.
Before we play, Ayn Rand was born in 1905 in St. Petersburg, Russia. She was a philosopher and
Isn't this
best-selling
ridiculous?
author.
I could not
her
believe this
youth,
was real.
Come on, man. You gotta make this shit fun. You can't just put a bunch of goo.
And lived through the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution that
I could
brought
not believe this
communism
was
to
real.
Russia.
Give us like
She
another
and her
minute.
family fled communist Russia for the United
Fucking
States.
commies.
She learned English by watching movies and plays and worked as a
Yeah, that's what
screenwriter
kids are
in
interested
Hollywood.
in.
Rand strongly supported
watched movies in the
individual freedom and
1919s?
capitalism. Her writings helped create what's called objectivism.
What kid
which
wants to learn
means
about
that people
objectivism?
have the right to pursue values that bring them happiness. Are you ready to play the game?
What?
Yeah,
What game was
louder!
that?
Yeah! The youngest player goes first. Now, everybody get your hands into the bowl.
Oh, I'm pissed
You're
off
not
already
allowed
at
to
that
take them
rule.
out for the entire game. If you do, you lose a point.
Don't take your hands out of the
You
bowl,
ready?
kids.
Yeah. Let's go. Here's your first question, Samantha. Before getting to the United States when she was 21, what country did Ayn Rand escape from?
Russia.
That is correct. She did escape from Russia.
thank God.
So that means Leah gets the mess. No. Oh.
So they spoon the goo on the
did it.
kids,
No.
and then we're gonna get a little lecture
I was
about
gonna
Russian
do it with my
communism,
hands.
which is this. I can't
Dude,
believe
this is a
One more.
pedophile came
One
up
more
with this
big one.
game.
I think so.
This is like the
Okay, I'm done
Tickle
with that.
documentary.
Okay, question and mess number 2 goes to Leah. What happened in her homeland that made Ayn Rand need to escape and move to the USA?
What
The
happened?
rise of
A bunch of
communism.
shit.
The
That is
rise of
correct. It was the
communism,
communist
Dick.
takeover or the communist revolution. During the Bolshevik Revolution, Ayn's family suffered years of poverty after
right.
armed
Is that enough?
is
of
enough.
Shit?
So we're lecturing kids about why the communists are evil and blah, and they're learning, about the glory of capitalism while we spread slime and mud on them. And this is what conservatives are convinced is the future of entertainment. This
You
is
remember
what
Barf?
what kid? Yeah,
Yeah, Barf.
Or like
you can't do that on
Gak and
television.
shit.
Oh, and he would come out. Oh, what are you guys eating over here? A bunch of shit. Barf, get out of here. Fuck off.
Wait, was that you can't do that on television? He was
Yeah,
the
with
cook?
slime.
Was he
Yeah,
the cook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
That's a show.
Okay, yeah, the slime is funny. The heavy-handed political education. Like, if the left was doing this and was like, hey, it's a show, you're going to learn the history of, like, I don't know, Hillary Clinton or whatever else.
No, the left
Which
is doing this
tangent-
with like trans stuff. They have cringe stuff too. Don't act
I agree
like,
that there is some of that, but not
Yeah.
like, it's not like the focus. When you watch Nickelodeon, it's like SpongeBob, it's like stupid kids shows.
Nah, what about when Gonzo was trans? When Gonzo was like, oh, I'm going to cut
I
my
missed
nose
that
off.
episode.
I feel like I should have a hatchet wound in my face.
I just think, why don't conservatives just prove they can make content without any political slant? Why? Because I'm worried about Rob Schneider's Chinchilla show. Is every episode going to end with, oh, thank God that my son, Tommy Chilla, escaped from communism and he told all
Yeah.
those commies at school to go kill themselves.
Yeah, but Earthworm Jim is
Earthworm Jim is great.
probably one of the best entertainment and one of the best IPs ever made. Like,
But
the
they're not
story.
funding that because Earthworm Jim doesn't come out and say capitalism is the greatest
What's
whatever
the problem?
on
You can't.
Earth.
Anything you make starting from politics is going to look like shit.
Yes. And that's what Daily Wire is funding. Rather
Yeah.
than what they should be doing, as I said, why not go to a guy like Sam Hyde who was making comedy that wasn't like political? It was just
Yeah.
really funny comedy.
him $50 million.
He legitimately got canceled for having the wrong politics and just say, we want you to make a funny show. Don't make it about Trump. Don't make it about
Don't give him any.
communists.
Don't give him any
Don't give him any
tips.
notes at all.
Say, here's
Just say,
here's $10 million.
we want you to be
Make
one of the
whatever you
stars
want.
of our network. Just make a funny
Just say thank
sketch
you,
show
Daily
like you
Wire, at
had.
the end. Look
Yeah.
in the camera and say thank you, Daily Wire, and don't be sarcastic.
But instead, they only want to fund people making like this ridiculous, obviously politically slanted content. And I
Yeah.
don't think there's an audience, even on the left. Like, I don't seek out some channel that I'm like, oh, thank God, it's another, thing about making sure black people can vote or whatever else. Like, I'm not watching that TV
Well, it's like
show
Hillary Clinton's
either.
book. Like her
Yeah.
book sold what 5,000 copies.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants it on the
cares.
left. Nobody wants it on either side.
The left is watching zombie shows and we're watching Game of Thrones and we're not like watching this constant jerk off like, ooh, we have the right politics. I don't know
Yeah.
why the right can't just do that, but they're so hyper
Well,
focused.
that's not the right. I mean, that's not the right. That's just like shitheads.
I don't know what
The
it
Daily
is.
Wire. I don't know
Well,
what
it's
it, I
Daily
don't know what
Wire.
that is.
I think Steven Crowder, you were saying, is going to start his own network. Like, obviously, Tim Pool has his own little podcast thing he's starting up.
The
and
viewers
again,
of that
it's
are
all
fucking
politically
retarded.
charged. Just like make content and stop. You guys are the ones who say, I don't understand why media today is so political. And then you go and get a Daily Wire Plus subscription. Like you literally you're a parody of yourself at that point. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I agree with you.
This is all ridiculous. And I have no problem with Dean Cain. I have no problem with Kevin Sorbo or Kid Rock.
You better not, because they'll fucking
Well, why don't they just make a regular movie? Why does the movie always have to be about, oh, the government came to take my guns away?
They can't make shit.
No, or songs about, ooh, the liberal snowflakes. Just make
but
stuff.
you know, all the money in Hollywood's all backed up trying to force trans and black shit through every which way. Like, you know,
Some of
that's
it.
been, you know, that they've been. Why did Rick and Morty? Why did the last 3 seasons of Rick and Morty suck? Because of women. Women were crammed through. Women have been crammed through at every level, and they fucking ruin. And anything good that comes out of Hollywood, and there could have been a lot of good stuff.
But that's hiring, and that's fine. If you're saying that they're only hiring, you know, liberals and women and blacks, and we want to hire conservatives, then do that. But the problem is you're hiring conservatives to make conservative content, and the content is always compromised as a result. I have no problem with you saying Hollywood refuses to hire us because of our politics, so we're just going to go make all our cool entertainment over here.
But they don't know how.
But they just make this political shit that is terrible.
Dude, it's because they don't know how. Like, that exists because there wasn't somebody who has like a lifetime of show running going like, oh no, don't say that. Like, oh no, this like dropping the thing, like that doesn't work. Like, that's not a punishment
and
for
no
kids
kid is
going to
say,
on your
I
hand.
gotta go watch. I'm gonna go read a magazine about Ayn Rand so I can excitedly chime in.
You got to put it on
this
head.
historical trivia show with and you should.
First of all, you got to do young boys. You can't do girls.
I don't want to.
No, boys are like, oh fuck! I don't get this goo on me. Shit! I look like an asshole.
I want a PragerU family double dare. I want them to slide down the
Double dare,
tongue.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get double dare. You probably could. You're making at least something like it.
And then like the bad guy will come out like, oh man, here comes
here comes the specter of
liberal.
communism.
Yeah,
here comes oh, it's a drag queen, kids.
Yeah. Kick his ass. Kick his ass. Kick his ass. And the dragon's like, my pronouns are they, them. Like, beat him. Beat him with sticks. Beat him.
That's pretty good.
That's a good show. That's a good show.
I think that's the path we're headed down. Anyway, the myth of the conservative creative renaissance. I think you guys, listen, I think there are conservative creators out there with great ideas, but they're not the ones being given money. The only people being given money by the conservatives are those who make loud, obnoxious political content that plays into this, I don't know.
If they cared about this, they'd give Sam Hyde $10 million.
Yes.
Like without even asking
him
for anything.
again, Earthworm Jim. Why do you not have the Earthworm Jim cartoon, Daily Wire? Why do you not have?
But Doug hates the cartoon, which is asinine.
Doug,
because the cartoon is fucking great.
I think he doesn't have the rights to the cartoon. I think the
doesn't matter. He still doesn't like it, which is, I mean,
it was pretty good.
It was a great cartoon.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well, hey man, when you get cut out of a thing, certain negative emotions get attached to it.
Homer was the voice.
Doug Tennant will come on the show and give me a real back of the book quote for Super Killer. That is not Jesus Christ is Lord and King or whatever it was.
That's a good one. Is Super Killer gonna kill Jesus?
No.
Is
that's an
probably
idea.
or Mary?
That's an idea.
Maybe.
You might have to kill the Virgin Mary.
Yeah, because if you kill Jesus, that's what God wanted.
That's exactly.
You
got to get to him ahead of time.
All right, everybody. What
What
are
a
our
show.
problems? Vito and Dick get no credit.
Thoughts and prayers.
Fear of negotiating.
The myth of a conservative creative renaissance.
Okay, go to biggest problem.
Show voted up.
Show to vote.
Don't forget our biggest problem bonus episode. The biggest problem in 2022 is still live at patreon.com/biggest problem.
And backed by biggest problem. Here you
And
go.
if you're sad for me losing my cat, please send me $20 on Venmo at Vito Giswaldi.
No, do it on Patreon.
All right, do it on Patreon, sure. Then Dick gets a cut.
How about Sessler?
Oh.
I love the government, and I love gas stoves.
Wow.
I sound like I gargle rocks. Fuck you, Vito.
What the fuck? Adam Sessler called back in.
Okay.
That's terrible.
That's cool.
Also, quit having guests on. The last two ones you had on are just complete junk.
Okay.
They just dulled down the show. It's funny when you and Vito argue.
Okay, well, sorry that we...
We're very picky about our guests. I promise you.
Well,
and we're figuring it out. But we got to have guests now and again. Speaking of which, next week, I think we might have a guest.
Again? Who's next week?
I want to bring Dr. Kevin back on. He's great.
The nuclear
physicist guy.
All right. I like him.
I think he was good on his episode. He can riff. He's a comedian.
Okay, here we go.
Happy New Year's, boys!
Wait, I remember this voice.
Me, Nicholas!
Oh, no!
No.
It's nice to see you started off the new year with a perfectly run show! Devoid of any problems whatsoever!
Can you pause this for a second? My
What?
biggest niggle is the Niggler leaving a 3-minute voicemail. Niggler, come on. This bit, it's good. Is it 3 minutes good? Give him another 30 seconds.
All right,
Let me see.
all right.
What do you got?
It would be if you had an important guest on and something bad were to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, how embarrassing!
This is
So
Niggler
he
trying to
niggled
claim.
us.
He's trying to claim that he
Niggled
niggled
us again.
And
Yeah? I fucking hate the Niggler. I hate you, Niggler.
great job you've done keeping a consistent upload schedule.
It's pretty consistent. What are you talking about?
That's
You're
okay.
so thorough that you posted the last episode 3 times.
All right. Cut the Niggler. Fuck this shit. Shut up, Niggler. Look.
Also, your audio sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Your
Look,
audio's
we're
not
figuring it
great.
out. Got another minute and a half of this shit.
2023 is going to be a big year. I hope you're ready for it.
Yeah, why? What's going to happen in
I've got
2023?
many things planned for the two of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a new year, new Niggler.
Go. All right.
All right.
Anyways,
I'm so done with the Niggler. Niggler, I swear to God, if you send another 3-minute voicemail, we're not going to play it. I'm going to kill you.
Richard D. Anderson and Vito Jizz Eat Man.
Eat man.
Yeah, he got me.
You got me. Eat
He got me good.
He's waiting for it to fill up, I think.
Well, Niggler, Jesus Christ. What's this? Is this it? What's he doing?
He's just waiting.
He's just sitting there because he knows it niggles me. All right. Has he got anything else?
He might have something.
He hasn't said anything for 20 seconds.
Yeah, but what do you want to like close it and then what if he said something funny?
You're right. We might miss a last minute niggle.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
Schedule my flight for the 420 weekend. I wish to make an appearance at the TDSWATP.
No, don't come to the live
crossover.
show, Niggler. No.
What? There's no tickets. Why not?
No tickets. You're not coming. There you go.
right, there
We're
you
going to
go.
prevent if the Niggler tries to make an appearance at the live show,
Okay.
we're going to cut him.
Last
We're
song.
going to cut him loose.
Jesus Christ, Vito. Not everybody you disagree with is a psychopath.
What do you
You're
think
such an
about
idiot.
that?
This guy's a psychopath. This guy sounds like a psychopath.
Let's see. Vito, good job.
Hey, Vito, great problems the past few weeks. You're doing a great job, but you're still fucking retarded. On Big Show, you're saying, get the data. The data, I'm too fucking sad to figure out how to read data or infer information. Fucking retard. All-cause mortality is up. Britain has admitted this shit. Germany, America. It's insane.
Mortality rates are up.
Yeah, mortality
In the
rates
wake
are
of
up.
a
meeting me down,
virus
like a
that is
fat fuck, just
literally
like you.
ravaging
But,
immune systems across the globe, that
athlete
could
deaths,
possibly
dude.
be related.
There have been more athlete deaths in the past 2 years
Yeah.
than there were from like 84 to like 2004.
God, if only there was like some sort of worldwide virus that was causing health outcomes.
Pfizer.
Well, motherfucker, how about instead of sending a voicemail about data, why don't you send the data? Why didn't you send me a study?
You wouldn't read it.
I'd
You wouldn't
read
understand it.
I love studies.
You're
Fuck
not a
you.
scientist.
Oh, I'm not a scientist guy.
Okay, here's another one for you.
Vito, you're the reason why people don't fucking trust liberals. Because out of one side of your mouth, you'll be like, misinformation's a really big problem.
It is a big problem.
January 6th. But on the other hand, when it comes to you reading super chats that are critical of you or critical of anyone else, or might hurt someone's feelings, you're like, well, I'm just going to, maybe twist the truth just a little bit because, we wouldn't want anyone to say anything unpleasant.
That's
right?
why.
The super chat misinformation is one of the greatest problems facing America right now. There's a lack of transparency in super chats. Fuck you, you dumb piece of shit. If you write a super chat that all it says is your guest is an F slur, I'm probably not going to read it to the guest.
You can't say F slur on YouTube.
Whatever. It's gonna ruin the show because we don't want the guest to come on and then everyone calls him a piece of shit. All right, we're trying to keep the show going, and then we write him after he left anyway. Why do you need me to insult the guest to their face?
Yeah, that's why they pay $2.
I read some of the critical super chats. Okay.
Yeah, but you switched them. You switched with the
I switched a
meaning
couple
that they
of
were
them.
saying.
Well, God forbid on a comedy show I do a bit where I fuck with your super chats. All right, if you don't like it,
you should pay more.
If you
paid
more.
$50, he would read them.
New rule: if you donate $20 as your super chat, I will not alter it in any way.
Yeah,
How's
that's
that?
fair. That's fair.
That's
That's
fair.
capitalism, man.
Get your thoughts and prayers in the chat, everybody. We're going.
Let's go. Get the super chats up. I don't want to be
chats
fucking
now.
refreshing all day. All right, get them up now.
Get them up now. Don't hold them. We're only going to refresh once, so get them in. Justin Roiland's here for $10.
Oh, Rick. Oh, I just beat my fucking wife. Rick. Oh, watch out, Morty. I'm wife beating Rick. Oh,
Justin
look at my
says, straight
cock.
early. I got to interview Scar again, by the way. Her just got patrolled. He is the guy that got the Lives How tattoo.
Oh, wow.
have-
Live show tattoo, first of all.
Oh, okay.
Scar. Got to interview Scar. Well, Scar can call in all the anytime. He knows that.
Scar, you're going to interview him. Justin Roiland for 2 also says, autocorrect voted up. I agree, because that was terrible. Britsman for 2, how big are your all PPs? Mine is the size of a truck.
I don't know. Not enough. It's not big enough.
Not big enough. Justin Roiland for 2, I did not hit her. That's bull. Pale Pen for 2, Dick and Chrissy Mayer, friend time for Melanie.
Chrissy Mayer and I are
God damn it.
friends again now. We are friends. We're friends.
I'm glad. I'm very glad.
What? Melanie Mac blocked me, though.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I think Melanie Mack is in her own little sphere of
Insanity? Don't say that.
I didn't say insanity. I think Melanie should come on the show. Everybody should come on the show.
Yeah, tell us how to eat butter and stuff. To stay healthy.
Mid
and not to
Salad
drink
is here for
water.
$10. I was 16 in Rick and Morty Discords, and Justin Roiland never even tried to groom me. Life is actually unfair.
That's
I would
bullshit.
be bummed out if I was Mid Salad not getting groomed by Justin Roiland.
How you gonna be famous and not try to groom 16-year-old girls? Like, what's your problem?
Yeah, that's the first thing you do when you get famous. Isaac Ox for 5 says the biggest problem in the universe is not crediting your rhyme guy.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Did Isaac write the rhyme?
Sorry, Isaac.
You have to be.
Yeah. I tweaked it a little bit though.
He almost got me. You TBF got to be TBF inconsiderate not to.
Did.
Pete Wienerstein for 5. Adam Sessler may not be a gamer, but he certainly isn't a comedian either. See, I read that one. He's not here, but Justin Coley for $4.49. What is that, euros? The jetpack crown
Pounds.
jewel from always boils my piss when I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck does that mean? All that happened is a lead-filled Armenian bleeding out hepatitis B.
Okay.
What's the jetpack crown jewel?
Well, Maddox thought he could steal the crown jewels with a jetpack.
By getting in there?
Yeah, but I don't know what the lead is. All that had happened is a
No,
lead.
he's saying he'd get shot. He'd get filled full of lead.
Oh, yeah. I mean that. Well, the jetpack doesn't exist.
Is there a
so-
giant? Is there a giant like window above the crown jewels?
I don't know. There's a lot of glass everywhere.
Also, if you had a jetpack, they would just track your jetpack. You can't like get.
It's not the Rocketeer.
No, like you can't like just jet off into the sun. They'd be like, all right, he's going.
There's no jetpack.
He's slowly going this way. Tamungo for 10 Canadian. I've watched all the episodes the past 3 weeks at work. My favorite podcast. Wow.
Oh, thanks, Tamungo.
I love hearing that. I love your synergy and energy. I find myself agreeing with Dick mostly. Okay. But Vito too.
But Vito too, he agrees with.
Oh, wait. But Vito too.
Oh.
Then be fair to Adam Sessler, everyone. Almost got me.
Oh, damn it.
Almost got me.
Good try.
Taggerman for 10. Vito should put in ads for biggest problem in his channel in Super Killer. An ad for that Nassim Agdam video he did would be great.
Yeah, that would be good.
I love that video. That was back when I was creative. Now I just make
cry about your
Velma
cat.
reviews on YouTube and cry about
Why
my
don't
cat.
you be creative again? What's the deal?
Well, part of why I want Dr. Kevin to come in is that he just got a new house, but he still has his old house. And he's talking about transforming it into like a shooting space that we could potentially use.
Where is it?
He's gonna like build sets.
Who is he?
It's like north
Movie
of
guy?
It's
Like
like north.
conservative create.
Yeah,
Content
you
creator.
and him would be best friends. You know, he used to do a podcast with Owen Benjamin, right?
I hate Owen Benjamin.
Yeah, he hates Owen Benjamin.
Owen
too.
Benjamin called me a goy something.
He's been telling me
Shabbos goy. That's what he called me.
Owen Benjamin is nuts. But apparently Owen Benjamin and Fuentes are like texting all the time now. You got to tell Fuentes to get away from Owen Benjamin and his weirdness. Let's see. Coup for 2. Thank you for not killing yourselves. Well, I'm getting there, but if my cat doesn't come back in the next month, Dick, you can have the big co-host search.
Why? What are you doing?
I'll just blow my brains out.
Over your cat?
Nah, I won't do it. I'm like, you know what? That cat wanted to live outside. I just hope he's happy wherever he is.
Probably found a nice family.
He might have got eaten by coyotes. There's been a bunch of coyotes.
Might have until.
Yeah, we'll see. Taggerman for 10. Dick should call his game Last Chance Out Da Ghetto after Menace Clan's second album that was made, but tragically vaulted by Rap-A-Lot Records.
Last Chance Out Da Ghetto. Yep.
How do you vault an album and not really? How long ago did it get vaulted? Why not release it now?
Got to stage a ransacking of that vault.
We got to steal that.
Steal it.
What's that? That Wu-Tang album.
Is that still not out? Did the government confiscate that?
The government
from Mark
confiscated it,
Shkreli?
and I think they sold it though.
Oh God, I fucking hate the government.
I don't know who bought it. Deus Exy for $20. Thanks for getting rid of Frostica, guys. I'm proud of you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Also, Vito, grocery stores are still the biggest problem in the universe. Is this the grocery store guy? You have not listened to live shows, but
No.
one guy called in and he just hates grocery stores. And one of the most interesting callers I think we've ever had. TBF, though, the Marzadala curry chicken at the Kroger Deli is very delicious. He's been having a lot of trouble at the deli. Moominum for 15 fucking fun
Swastikas.
dollars. Yeah,
Look
Jesus
at that.
Christ.
It's a swastika.
Instead of TBF, we should penalize Vito every time he says that something's complicated. Fuck you. Let me have my little sayings.
Nothing's complicated.
How about every time Dick talks about alcohol, I punch him in the face? Like, is that a fun game?
Good luck.
Coup for 5. I hope my TYFNKYS messages don't fall under your thoughts and prayers problem. No, they don't. Thank you for not
They're the
killing yourself.
opposite.
Hopefully the super chat money makes you feel better. Yes, because it's accompanied by actual money. It's not just a prayer.
Yeah.
It has actual weight behind it. Mr. Peen for 5 says your cat knows how to get back home. If it hasn't come back, it's dead. It was probably eaten by a homeless person. Congratulations. Thanks, Peen.
$5.
Stop laughing. It's horrible. That's horrible. Mundanum for 6 swastika dollars. Vito, I found your cat. Thoughts and prayers. Pete for 5. Praying Vito's cat got eaten by a homeless person. God, that's awful. Jeff M for 10. Now that Dick and Chrissy Mara are friends, you need to get her on the show so she and Vito can kiss and make up. She was able to be fairly magnanimous to Carl after he roasted her on his show. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't care that she stole somebody's Christmas presents. It's funny in a way. It's fucked up.
Fuck those kids. They don't deserve shit.
Fuck those
Why don't they
kids.
get a job? Buy
Justin
their own
Rollin for
fucking
2.
presents.
Vito, don't eat Chinese food for a while. Yeah, I'm not going to any neighborhood restaurants anytime soon. Dominic for 5, thoughts and prayers going out to your cat. Thank you, Dominic. Jeff M for 2, Cops was the last good conservative show. That's
that was a good show.
That's a good point.
That was a good show.
Why does Daily Wire not have Cops?
Cops.
They could do a lot with that.
Yeah.
They should be going out just for, you don't even got to sensationalize
busts.
it. Drug busts. Minorities gone wild on Daily Wire.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna
Minorities
do? You're
running
not
loose
white
on-
and we're coming for you. Pork Boy, 23 for 5. Remember when Fox News tried to do its own Daily Show ripoff? No, that was cringe.
Well, I don't remember
that. I know they have Gutfeld now.
What's that?
Greg Gutfeld. He's like their big conservative comedian guy. He hosts his own show just called Gutfeld. Apparently, it's very popular. Well, let's see. Up a little. Mike Hunt for 2. Velma is a black dwarf now. Voted up. It's fear of a black elf, not a dwarf. But yes.
Yeah, but there was a black dwarf in that show, too.
All right. Spider Eternal for 2. From gamer words to hyphenated slurs. TBF. Adam Smith with the big $50 on the board. Looking forward to sustaining myself with the show while I take 3 months off work following surgery. Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Also, Vito, can I send you a bidet? Well, I already have a bidet.
Yeah, I have one too, man.
I sent Dick and Keon theirs, and Sean theirs, and I want TBF to you too. You know what? He sent in $50. He wants to be fair to me.
Oh!
And I'll be fair to you, Adam
him.
Smith. Hi, suck him. Let me know and keep up the work smooches. If you got a better bidet than what I got, you can send it in. It's possible.
Yeah, how good's your bidet?
Yeah, well, my bidet is better than your bidet, I'm going to say, because I've used your bidet. Your water pressure isn't high enough on that thing.
You can crank. What the hell are you talking about?
Dude, I have like a stream that's like a pressure washer.
I don't need that. I just put it on like setting 1.
But then do you use toilet paper afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Well, I have to wipe the water off of my ass.
No.
You just put your pants back on with water?
It's not that much water. It drips out. You got a little wet. You got a wet butthole. That's it. I don't mind having a wet butthole.
I do.
Regardless, your pressure is not blasting as hard as mine blasts.
I don't need it to blast.
I'm a blaster. I'm a blast boy. I'm the blaster
I don't
master.
need that.
Mike Hunt for 2. Jetpacks have existed for years, but they're huge. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You're not going to fucking walk into the Crown Jewels store.
You'd probably fall down the second. Get a fan. Be the fan guy. Osama bin Diesel for 5. Vito, if you kill yourself, don't put it under your chin. Eat the gun. That way it hits the brain. Yeah, and you aim up a little bit, right? You want to aim towards the roof of your mouth.
I don't know.
You want to go...
Just do it with a suicide by cop. They'll get you. Paint a blackface and then go out blasting.
I had an idea for the show, which I will tell you later. But anyway, Jeff M for 2. I got you with a TBF, Vito. Did you earlier?
You did? Let's see.
Was that today or let's see? Oh, Cops was the last good conservative show. Well, he didn't get me there. Now that Dick and Chrissy Mara are friends, you need to get her on the show. So her and Vito, she was able to be fairly magnanimous. There you go.
You said it again right
Don't
there.
do too if I'm clarifying it. All right, good work, Jeff.
Wow.
Good work.
Very good, Jeff.
This is why
Thank
we
you
gotta keep
for
an eye on the
that.
chat. Give me one more refresh. We'll get your last. These are going to be the last super chats. But this has been a great show. I want to remind everybody to vote on the problems. Vote it up at biggestproblem.show. I want to remind everybody to check out the bonus episodes at patreon.com/biggestproblem. We have hit 1,500 patrons. And also backed.by/biggestproblem. If you would like to support the show without having your money taken by the evil tech overlords, hit up backed.by/biggestproblem. Lord of the Kino for 2 says use AI to replace your cat. It's a cat who cares. Fuck you. And Mike Hunt for 2 says, is the shower scene in Velma worse than Cuties? Nothing is worse than Cuties. Dick, show us our top supporters. We love you guys. We will be back next week. The show will hopefully be back on its regular Friday night schedule.
Oh, fuck, I know there's been Saturday?
And today's Saturday. We've had a couple different things come up, but I think we got them all sorted out. And we'll be able to...
if you're going to cry about it, why don't you just kill yourself?
Well, you know, the show moves around. If you want to know where the show is, I advise you, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/
Follow my nuts.
the BPITU. I will always post the updated show schedule there. And we got a great Reddit community, actually. I believe it's reddit.com/biggest problem or /r/biggest
Yeah, it's
problem.
a pretty old subreddit, weirdly, for the amount of time the show's been around.
Yeah, but if there's a special guest or whatever, I put it up there. And there's a lot of great discussion on there. A lot of great places to check it out. We love you guys. Keep coming back. And if you see a cat with a Q-tip stuck up its ass, it might be mine. Please call or text. Thank you,
All right,
everybody.
goodbye, everyone.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.